Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is the first time here on the channel. Today's video is going to be a quick one. I'm going to be sharing with us how to cut and sew a sash. This is something you can use for your parties, your graduation, anything at all. So if you're interested in learning how to make your very own sash, keep on watching and let us get straight into this tutorial. For this project, I am going to be making use of asoeke material, and this is because this is the material I was asked to work with. But to create sashes, you can use a satin material, a Duchess satin. In fact, you can use any material of your choice. And for embellishment, I am going to be making use of this white fringe. Is the short fringe. This is what I'm going to be using to embellish it at both ends. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out this my asoeke material. I cut out 2 pieces, and the length of this asoeke pieces that I cut out is about 60 inches. So this depends on how long you want your sash to be. If you want it longer, go ahead and cut out something longer. If you want it shorter, use your discretion. And now for the width, I have about 6.5 inches. After stitching, I want my sash to be about 4.5 inches. So I'll take this to my sewing machine and I am going to place them together like this, and I'll be stitching 1 inch on both sides of this my asoeke fabric. And here, this is what I have gone ahead to stitch 1 inch on both sides, and I used a matching thread. So make sure you use a thread that matches. Now before I turn this inside out, I am going to cut this out. I just want to trim out the excesses. I decided to trim it out after sewing because asoeke fabric frays a lot. So after cutting out the excesses, this is what I have about 1/2 inch on both sides. I'm going to turn this inside out, and after turning this inside out, guys, can you see what I have? And can you see the edges? Like, it's fraying. Asoeke fabric frays a lot. It frays a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to iron this flat, and this is what it looks like after I was done ironing it. And another thing that I did was I folded the ends, okay, that fraying ends, I folded it in by about 1/2 inch. So this is it. I'm just trying to show you how I folded it in both ends. And this opening now is where I am going to be attaching my fringes. All right, and here is my fringe. I already cut it out. I cut it double the size of my opening. Remember, I told you that this my sash is going to be about 4.5 inches wide, so I cut out about 9 inches. I want to double it so that it will have more volume, it will be more full, and I think finer. So I'm going to fold it into 2, and I'm going to be attaching it to this my folded end. But I'm not just going to be placing it on top, I'm going to be placing it in between like this. I'm going to open it up. Look closely so that you can see how I'm attaching this. I'm going to open this up, fit it inside, then use my pins to secure it together. I hope this is clear. Now I'll take this to my sewing machine, and I'm going to make a top stitch right there. So this is why I said you should use a matching thread. Can you see that it is almost impossible to see my stitches because I use a thread that is very close to the color? And this is why I have you guys. It's looking so fine. This is me trying to lay it out. I noticed that some of the fringes were longer than the other, so I decided to lay it out flat like this, and I'm going to use my scissors to cut it out. This is me. I've already cut this side out, and I'm just trying to trim this other side out. And here, guys, the sash is basically ready. You can leave it plain like this, or you can go ahead and customize it depending on what you're going for. You can take your sash to a printing shop and have whatever you want customized on it. You can use embroidery, you can use heat transfer papers. There are varieties of ways that you can use to customize your sash. So I took this to a printing shop and I asked them to print out exactly what my client wanted, and this is what it looks like on my mannequin. I started to pin it to one side. So like I said, feel free to use whatever length you want to achieve your desired result. And guys, we've come to the end of this tutorial, guys. If you found this video helpful, give this video a like so that more people can get to see it. Subscribe to this channel if you're not yet subscribed. Share this video with your friends. Turn on your post notification bell to be updated whenever I post new videos, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.